Karan has also spoken about it, that you were the one who had it and you were the one, in fact, you got it to Dharma Productions.
Yes.
What was it that made you put your money on it?
I could really relate to his personality. But obviously, I've not done what he did for the country.
You as a person, is there any kind of insecurity? Are you competitive like when others sign with other directors?
Most actors are in general insecure beings because there's no correct way of being in this industry.
We saw some pictures in Delhi. There was that for Yodha. How's that shaping up?
So that's an action film, that's an action thriller. Also shooting with Mr. Rohit Shetty,
yeah.
which is again a director that I've greatly admired.
One thing to learn from these people, Karan Johar.
Ooh, so much.
The best thing that came out of Shershaah.
Oh wow, there's so many.
One thing to learn from Kiara Advani.
Kiara, again, I saw her working very hard on Shershaah, on her language. Hello, hi, namaste. I'm Sidharth Malhotra and watch my interview on Bollywood Hungama.
It's been 10 years of Sidharth Malhotra in the movies. Sidharth, congratulations firstly. 10 years of entertainment.
Thank you.
That itself is a big milestone and a big deal in today's times. Now that you complete 10 years, if I take you back, initially, when even before your first film, did you think you ever thought your journey will be this good?
No, I think just my journey's been so unique from all the people who come to Bombay to become actors, and I was living with some of them, friends with most of them, giving auditions and trying an in-route in it. I think I've been extremely lucky to first get that launch, which we all got. And all of us have shared that same birthday into the industry, all thanks to Mr. Karan Johar.
Right.
And it feels surreal that it's already 10 years.
Yeah.
I don't feel it feels like it. I think people genuinely age lesser in the film industry. So because you're constantly trying to evolve and you're constantly playing different parts, that you don't get so much time to your personal life and regular life. That I feel you don't even realize that next birthday aa gaya, this birthday is coming. I feel you're living somebody else's life in so many different parts. But for me, I have so much gratitude. I feel it's a dream launch. It was a dream launch. It's people I've got to work with over the years is people I've seen their work before. All the directors, even people who I'm working with today. I thought it's become better than my dreams. I feel one comes in with the feeling कि यार मुझे भी पर्दे पे ये shots देने हैं या action करना है या romance करना है. It also made me realize that बहुत मेहनत लगती है. It takes a lot many factors, for a film to work.
Right.
Sometimes you feel that an actor possibly has the least to do in something because we've just done our job on the set, and then उसकी editing अच्छी होनी चाहिए, sound अच्छा होना चाहिए, look अच्छी होनी चाहिए. What the director chooses finally, what everybody feels that it should be the final edit. So I think in these 10 years, so much I've learned about people as well. I think this profession teaches you that human beings have so many different emotions or ways of looking at a particular film or a scene.
Right.
Hindi movies are so subjective. Every second chair will react differently. We are only lucky to have certain films which few of our films which are catering to full of India,
right?
And have that unanimous kind of reaction, whether it's laughter, whether it's emotion, whether it's romance. So it is a struggle. I think I still don't feel like somebody who's been here for 10 years. I still feel like I'm learning new things every day. There's so much that I still want to do for the next 10 years and many, many more years. But happy to be here, happy to be in the business, living my dream.
Right. You are aging in reverse. कोई भी देख के बोल देगा. Every actor has that one film that they feel turned things for them and changed their career, was the turning point. Which one was it for you?
So apart from my first film, I think the very recent, I think Shershaah. It has to be Shershaah. When an actor in the early stages, we're almost looking for offers. Ki, Acha, sir, kya hai? Is there something? And Hasi to Pasi is happening. Ek villain also.
Right.
Ek villain also happened with a role that people didn't see me in. Kapoor and Sons, Brothers. Right. But Shershaah was one such script where, I was putting my money on it. It's like, nahi yaar, there is some merit in this personality's life story.
Right.
And I feel it's surreal. Like from an emotional point of view, I felt karmically connected. Like I felt drawn to that script, or when I met the family for the first time, met the brother for the first time. So then you realize now in retrospect, maybe it's meant to be.
Right.
But definitely, I think Shershaah, because right from the beginning, it changed hands in creative people and producers.
Yeah.
But I was the only one clinging on to it with my dear life. कि यार नहीं इसको बनाएंगे. It can be a better version, and then approaching Dharma Productions with it.
Yeah.
So, and then getting the love and appreciation that we have today for Shershaah. I've just come from a college festival from where people were celebrating 75 years of cinema,
Right.
and they wanted us to talk about Shershaah. We had the whole team. It was so beautiful. It's been a year since it's released now, and just to see the sheer love and the intrigue that people have with the scenes that we shot, what got deleted, how we shot it. It feels amazing. I mean, not many years ago, I was there in the audience,
Right.
trying to see bigger actors, older actors to do their magic and learn something from it.
Right.
So yeah, I feel really extremely gifted that Shershaah has given me that platform and opportunity now to work on my instincts and take a better call in this crazy business.
Yeah, that's so important, to take those better calls. At every occasion, Karan has also spoken about it, that you were the one who had it, and you were the one, in fact, you got it to Dharma Productions.
Yes.
What was it that made you put your money on it and stay so long, though so many hands changed?
I feel that there's few stories that you personally connect with where it's so relatable, in the sense that when I met Captain Vikram Batra's family, or his brother, his father, and he was a regular Punjabi boy from Himachal. When I read about him, there were certain books written about him. I could really relate to his personality. I grew up in a similar household. He has a twin brother. I have an elder brother. I mean, he had real sisters. I had cousin sisters around. We almost spoke the same language, but obviously I've not done what he did for the country. So for me to gauge that, from a town like Himachal, from Palampur, this common innocent boy who goes on to become, a very important pivotal character for us to win a particular battle for the country, was very inspiring. And I thought कि it's got everything that I want to portray on screen. It's everything that I feel I can really portray on screen, and I feel which I hadn't before. Actors are very hungry beings. So if I could smell something out of it, that this is something I can really, kill and make this dish really well. So I was clinging on to it, as I said, and we went through various obstacles.
Yeah.
The moment we went in Kargil to shoot, there was Article 360 that came up in Jammu and Kashmir.
Just around that time.
We were in a lockdown at that time, which in a funny way kind of helped the crew, because we were so disconnected, from everyone, that we were just concentrating on the film. And then we finished it, and then even the pandemic happened, then delays happened, and the edit and the release dates were going back and forth. We had announced it, and then finally it came out to the public to watch. So it took a 4 year. It was a regular film takes about a year and a half, maximum 2 years. But this took about 4.5 years of my life, and I'm happy that it's been worth it.
Totally worth it, right? Yeah. Now at this stage where you are at a position where you can pick and choose your movies, you can say, I don't want to do this, I want to do this. Is there do actors and you as a person, is there any kind of insecurity? Are you competitive, like when others sign with other directors?
Well, actors, I think most actors are in general insecure beings, because there's no correct way of being in this industry.
Right.
There's no correct way of giving a particular take or having a take on a script. You only find out much later when it works or when it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I feel yes, there are roles there's so many roles actually at present that I feel I want to be a part of. I mean, something which is larger than life in a superhero genre. I haven't played a character which is in a world or character which is inspiring, which has an arc. I feel we're at that stage where we can produce films and characters from Indian subcontinent and our mythology or culture, which will be as much as what the Marvel studios are doing
Right.
in America,
Right.
in the US. So I think stuff like that, which I feel
Something
I
like
would,
Brahmastra. Like,
yes, Brahmastra is a great example. It's an introduction to Indian audience,
Right, yeah.
to an Indian universe, and kudos to the team. And
Yeah.
and the audience has spoken that they would love to come and watch this
Yeah.
film. Ayan Mukherjee has given his life and blood
Yeah,
to
yeah.
make this film for so many years, and the whole cast and Dharma Productions and Karan Johar and. I think they're all seeing the result today.
Yeah, yeah.
So definitely, that's a genre that I love. I feel comedy is something
Yeah.
that I never dived into, and thank God is something
Yeah.
that gives me that with an incredible cast and a director, Ajay Devgn and me coming together for the first time, and Mr. Inder Kumar directing it,
Yeah.
who has a solid grip on
He
comedy.
really does, yeah.
But there's also comedy which has a lovely heart.
Right.
This is the first time I think even Mr. Induji is coming with a lovely message in the end, which will hopefully, with making you laugh, will really warm your heart.
Right. Do you enjoy doing comedy? A comedy set is any different?
Oh, I think it's harder. Comedy
it's
to
harder.
make people laugh is definitely harder. To make
Okay.
people laugh, you need to make sure the beats are working. If you're, at least the film, I mean, I like comedy where the character is being true to the situation.
Right.
But as an audience, you're laughing at him. And, not that we are specifically going for punches. And that's what I liked about Thank God also, that I was just this frustrated character. And with his anger and frustration, you would find some sense of humor
Right.
into it, and hopefully entertain you. So I feel a different approach for sure.
Yeah.
New experience for me, but definitely hats off to people who make people laugh for a living.
Right. Did you enjoy? Is it like you said? Is it tough?
Oh, I think every role is tough, and I definitely enjoyed it. It's a cinema, I think, that we as Indians come to the theaters to be entertained.
Right.
So a Hindi film entertainer, and I've been lucky that this is a script which also has a message with it.
Right.
So making people laugh and then giving them a slight sense in it is something that I would always want to do as comedy.
Right.
And this film gave me that. So I loved it, and I think it'll be one of many, many more that I'll dive into in the future.
Yeah. Thanks to the Paps and Instagram, we know where you are, always what you're up to. We saw some pictures in Delhi. There was that for Yodha. How's that shaping up?
Yeah, we were shooting for Yodha in New Delhi at India Gate just very recently. And I think we were the first one to shoot when it was renovated now. It just opened up. So that's an action film. That's an action thriller. Making with Dharma Productions and two new directors, Sagar and Pushkar. And we got a lot of love and attention on the streets of New Delhi.
Yeah,
Everywhere
we saw
our crew
that.
was going, and people were gathering just to see and glimpse. I think it's all the Shershaah love pouring in.
Absolutely.
And this is what we work for. I think this is what we all grew up.
And that's your home. That's
absolutely. Delhi is my hometown, and it was so lovely to meet people there and see them watch our shoot. And I always trying to make an effort that by the end of it, I would spend some time with them.
Right.
And at least give them pictures, because it was very hot.
We saw
and
that.
They were still there waiting for us for hours. So
you did a round and gave them pictures.
Yes, I was running around. I was actually running for the shot, which they were all clapping for. That also helped me sometimes.
Right.
So then you get conscious as a hero. Ki, theek hai, you can't be tired, and even if it's sunny, koi farak nahi padta hai. It's okay. People are cheering, so chalta hai. So they kind of
And
gave
then
me
go in
that
your van
boost.
and be like,
Yeah, I know that was like hydrating and with Delhi heat. But it was very warm and lovely to see people who don't get to see you. And when you happen to be there by chance, and just click pictures with them and you receive all the love.
Sure. So there's Thank God, there's Yodha, and what else? Do you want to tell people what goes in order of the release?
Oh well, starting with Thank God this Diwali that we start in, which is a famcom, which I call it, a family comedy.
Okay.
It's something that you can watch with everyone. It's about today's common businessman or working man of today's day and age, and the mistakes and the lessons that he makes, and what he has to face when he goes up between heaven and hell in front of Chitragupt.
Okay.
So yeah, that comes out in Diwali. And then we'll have Mission
Majnu
coming out next, and then Yodha coming out next year. Actually, both will come next year after that. So that is so far the order. And I'm also shooting with Mr. Rohit Shetty, which is with the Amazon and Indian Police Force, which is again a director that I've greatly admired. I think no one gets Hindi film heroes like Mr. Rohit Shetty. I think He's a master in it. He's so crisp and clear on set.
Wow.
And just the way he presents you, it makes our job easy.
Right.
You know, as an actor, if I'm just walking in a uniform in high speed, he's doing all the work with his setups. And I keep telling him, I said, you know, we need more such directors.
He gives the hero the entry where people will whistle.
Yeah, we all grew up on that.
Yeah.
I think we sometimes shy away from it.
Yeah.
And but I'm a pure believer in the Hindi film hero, and obviously with the script backing it. But there's no harm in inspiring people with this one character, which is slightly larger than life at times. You know, is fighting for the right cause and going through his struggles. And it's something that I think we need more of.
Right. Can't wait to watch and whistle, Sid.
Yeah, thank you.
Before we end on Bollywood Hungama, we always do a rapid fire, so we have to do that.
Yeah,
so ready?
So are we winning something this time?
And you're not competing with anyone, so you won't win anything.
So eventually I'm a winner.
Yes.
Okay, good.
The best thing that came out of Shershaah?
Oh wow, there's so many.
One thing that comes on your mind?
Seeing, I mean, the most emotional and the thing I was very nervous about is to see Captain Vikram Batra and his family be happy and proud and
beautiful
and give me their blessings after seeing the film.
If there was a prize, this is the answer. You would have first answer mein prize mil jata tha. Okay, one thing to learn from these people. Karan Johar.
Ooh, so much. I think the way Karan handles the business. I think Karan Johar embodies everything that Bollywood is all about. I think, yeah, one thing to learn from him is movie business.
Movie business, right.
Star
Nobody
business,
does
movie
it like
business,
that. Yeah. One thing to learn from Ajay Devgn.
Ooh, he's technically very, very sound. I realized on Thank God set, he's the first star, I would say, that has sat on the camera dolly and taken my close-up himself, because he was so clear and precise कि यार ये shot ऐसा होना चाहिए. And he said मैं करता हूँ. So I felt very touched when he did that on set. So I think camera work and technicality and filmmaking.
Right. One thing to learn from Alia Bhatt.
Ooh, Alia I think is a fabulous performer, and where she makes you believe that it's all coming in very easily, but she does her homework. So I think just her ease of her prep work, knowing where when she preps.
That's great to know. Right. One thing to learn from Kiara Advani.
Kiara, again, I saw her working very hard on Shershaah, on her language. I think Kiara has a great innocence that she has on screen. I think she kind of never lets the stardom or the noise around get to her. As to how she remains that simple girl is something you can learn from.
Absolutely. How would you rate yourself with comic timing on 1 to 10? 10 being the maximum.
Well, that's for my director to say, and that's for people to comment post watching our film and our trailer. Thank God. I feel, as I said, the attempt is to play the character truly, and you would find humor in that.
Right. The trickiest part of doing a comedy.
When the humor doesn't land, so there's a risk. If you're trying to achieve that thing कि अभी theatre में laughter होगा, अब फिर नहीं आता है, तो risk है.
Right. Your all-time favorite Ajay Devgn movie, since you're working with him next.
Yeah. I got really inspired when he played Bhagat Singh.
That was amazing.
I think that was a tall order.
Yeah.
You know, the kind of intensity that he has in his eyes, and he pulled it off. It was an iconic character.
Right.
And to pull it off with that ease and that stature. So I would say Bhagat Singh.
Right. One thing that you would like to change in the celebrity culture?
Getting papped outside gyms.
Right. Okay. That's fair enough. And lastly, if your female fans are watching and they were to woo you, what is the one thing that they should always know about you?
I think just be yourself. I don't like pretense. For me, I think the biggest turn off is at times when people try and be not themselves to try and impress somebody else. I feel the way you are, good, bad, cute, funny, as long as, I mean, I feel I can gauge someone trying not to be themselves, and that kind of is not exciting all the time. So just be yourself. Honesty is something that I get attracted to. I feel somebody who can be honest in today's day and age, it takes a lot of guts and effort too. So that's something that I admire.
Beautiful, Sidharth. Here's to 10 more years. So all the very best.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Hello, hi, namaste. I'm Sidharth Malhotra, and watch my interview on Bollywood Hungama.